What is up? What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I know I've been gone for a minute, but I wanted to post and tell you guys what I've been up to and the reason why I've been gone. So we've actually talked about this before in one of my videos, that I do work full-time and I am in college full-time, right? So you guys, I did just graduate on December the 15th. Congrats to me. So I graduated on December the 15th from Houston Community College, and it's been a long time coming for that. So I kind of didn't want to graduate, but the school that I was going to, I don't think you guys know, but I am going to school to be a nurse, RN, registered nurse, and that school that I was going to, they stopped accepting applications for nursing school. So in my head, I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do next? You know, I need to do nursing school. That's the only thing I have left. What is my next step? And so I talked to my advisor at the time, and I was like, look, you know, this semester, these are the last 2 classes that I need to take or that I have to take. What's the next step? Well, I mean, what can I do? I was like, because, you know, I asked, I was like, when are they accepting applications for the nursing program? So he was like, well, they're not open right now. He was like, I don't know when they're going to open again. And so I was like, okay. In my head, I was just saying I didn't want to wait. So I didn't. I was just like, okay, but what is my next step with like classes? Because the only thing I need to take are my nursing classes. And so he looked at my transcript, looked at all the classes that I took and the ones that I was in there, and he was like, to be honest, you're up for graduation, which I kind of already knew but didn't know. So I was like, really? So he was like, yeah. He was like, you already took all these classes, you're in chemistry and history now, so to be honest, you're good to go. So he was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and sign you up for graduation, and you go ahead and complete all the next steps, yada yada yada. And then he was like, so far with nursing school, he gave me a couple of options on different nursing programs that I can apply to. We talked about it. Of course, a lot of the ones that he gave me, some of those nursing schools, they only accept a certain amount of credits, and I would have to start back over, because I was looking at the University of Houston, but they were only accepting 14 credits. And I had over 60 some credits or 70 some credits. So I was like, no, that's not gonna be it for me. So I kept looking and kept looking, but I also knew I had to take the HESI. But I didn't want to take the HESI until I knew the nursing programs I wanted to apply to. So I was looking, and I came up on Baylor University. I came up on Arizona. I came up on Florida State, University of Florida, and I came up on Chamberlain University, and I think 2 more other schools. I can't even think of the name of it, but I came up thinking about those schools because I knew I had to take the HESI, and I also like pinpointed down on what portions of the HESI I had to take. So some of the schools only wanted 4 portions done. Some of them wanted all 7. Look, so I was gonna be prepared to take all 7, but I knew I'm working full time, so I knew I had to do something that was gonna work around my schedule of still being like an online student. So then I was like, well, so far Chamberlain only has the online program, like everything online, and then you have to do your clinicals on site. So I was like, that's it, that's the one. And All the other ones didn't. They were good schools. They were good ones to try to apply for. I didn't apply to it. So to be honest, I just went ahead and applied to Chamberlain. And I applied to Chamberlain. Let me see. Let me get my correct dates on that. I want to say, I want to say I applied on back in November. So back in November, around the 14th, 15th, or 13th, between those 2 days, I basically requested information from them on the nursing program of being online. And when I talked to her, when I requested the information, I had already kind of did my research, watched a couple of YouTube videos as well, and kind of, looked at the reviews on how people was talking about Chamberlain. And so when I did apply, they wanted to talk. So everybody been talking about a passion statement, but I didn't write one. So when I actually talked to the lady on the phone, we talked about the program, and then she asked me basically what made me want to, go to nursing school and stuff. So to be honest, I just kind of like told her like from my heart and what it always was. And I was just like, growing up, and it's just like the honest truth, growing up, there was just something I always wanted to do. I wanted to be a nurse. I don't know why. I just knew I wanted to be a nurse. That was like my main, goal in life. So throughout like middle school, elementary, high school, and then going into college, I always said nurse, 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 nurse. And so, I don't know, I like helping people. I like, talking to people, getting that conversation type of feel, and like the end result of them being like happy once I talk to them. So I don't know, that's just why. So I didn't do a passion statement. I just basically told her that, and she was like, great, good. And so I was like, yeah. And so after that, she was like, okay, well, next you'll need to schedule your date for the HESI. We only do the 4 portions, which is like anatomy. It was anatomy, biology, reading, and not language, but it was some type of language, vocabulary. Yeah. So I studied using Nurse Hub, and I also watched a couple of YouTube videos after that to get started in the study. So I did schedule my HESI, I want to say the next week after I had talked to her. And when it was the day of, I was just like, I'm not ready. I said, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So I went on the website, and then I rescheduled my HESI date. Again, I pushed it out another week. Kept on studying. So then, and I was using Quizlet too. So I was using Nurse Hub, Quizlet, all that. And so I was actually watching YouTube videos and seeing other people's what they studied for the HESI, for the Chamberlain HESI exam and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm ready. And then the week came again. I scheduled it out a week again. Then that week came, but I scheduled out 2 more weeks then. And then I was just like, let me stop. Let me go ahead and just take this HESI. Let me quit pushing it back, because I knew I wanted to start nursing school in January, because I didn't want to take a whole 2-3 semesters off after I graduated and go in the summertime or go in the fall. I just wanted to go ahead and start school again right off the rip so I can get it done and complete it. It's been a long time coming, so that's what I wanted to do. So by the time I was just like, okay, HESI. I took it at home online. So of course they wanted to check my area of where I was, taking the HESI. And I started the HESI. I think the first exam I started on, because you get 3 hours taking the HESI, and then you have those 4 portions. So each session had at least about 50 to 55 questions on each one, and you get 3 hours. So I was like, well, let me get the biology and anatomy out first, because they were 55 questions. And then the vocabulary and reading had less questions. So I was like, I do those last. It all totaled up to like 150 questions altogether total. So I took anatomy first. When I got on that anatomy portion, I was stuck on the first question because I did not study. I didn't even remember the question for the first question I had, but it was hard. It was hard. I was like, what? That is exactly how I looked on camera. I was like, stuck. The camera started, the timer started. I think I took at least about 10 to 15 minutes just on that one question. But once I answered it, then I got the moving on the test. But everybody said once you study Nurse Hub and the Quizlet and like watch the videos, it'll be much easier. To be honest, I study all that, and the only one I feel like the only one that was right on topic was the Quizlet reading. The Quizlet reading portion and vocabulary. Biology and anatomy was not on topic, because somebody was like, oh, they would ask you about the bones and da-da-da. I think I had like 2-3 questions on the anatomy about the body, the bones and stuff. So yeah, it was hard, but I did get 100 on anatomy. I got 100 on anatomy. Biology, I got an 88. Vocabulary, I got a 100. And then the reading portion was my lowest. I got an 82. So it was hard, but I passed it. I didn't miss any questions. So overall, when I looked on the portal, it said I had a 92% overall. But somehow when I talked to the man at Chamberlain, when he called me after the HESI, he was like, you aced that HESI, like you did really good. He was like, you had a 94. I was like, 2 points higher than what the website told me. Okay. So he was like, to be honest, I will go ahead and give you your admission. But I was like, well, you still need my official transcript from my Houston Community College, because I was graduating like that Friday before I talked to him. I was like, the teachers still haven't updated the grades for him to request my transcript. So he was like, okay, we'll wait till after you graduate and, get the official that Monday, yada, yada, yada. It's like, cool. Graduated, Monday came, all my teachers posted my grades, which I made all A's. Yes, I made all A's. Chemistry was the hardest because I hate chemistry, but I made an A. I passed that class with a 96. Wow, yeah, me. So I made all A's. So I ended that semester with a 3.8 GPA and graduated. And I also got accepted into Chamberlain University. Yes. So I did get my acceptance letter. I did. I got it on my computer and my email and got the acceptance letter. And let me see if I can show you guys. If I can't show you guys like on my phone, then if I can't show you guys, but there it goes. But I have to confirm my address, but I'll maybe hold the little picture up on the side to show you that I did get accepted. So I did get accepted to Chamberlain.